What if I told you that everything you own, your savings, your job, your daily life could vanish overnight? No warning, no safety net, just a cold, unforgiving reality. Imagine waking up one day to find the banks closed, ATMs empty, grocery store shelves wiped clean, and your money suddenly worthless. It has happened before, and it can happen again. This is the story of economic blackouts, when entire economies go dark and survival becomes a fight against time. Economic blackouts don't happen overnight. There are always warning signs. It starts with inflation rising, the price of food and gas creeping higher every day. Then companies start cutting jobs, banks restrict withdrawals, governments print more money to keep things afloat, but it only makes the crisis worse. The rich pull out their money, the poor are left with nothing. We saw this in 2008 when the global financial system nearly collapsed. In Venezuela, hyperinflation turned salaries into pocket change. In Lebanon, people woke up one morning to find their savings frozen in the bank. And then, the lights go out. The government freezes assets, stock markets crash, the middle class disappears overnight. Imagine having money in your bank but you can't touch it, your credit card stops working, the store owner refuses to accept cash. A loaf of bread now costs what your monthly salary once was. Crime skyrockets, people barter for food, the streets once filled with life become battlegrounds for survival. History is filled with stories of economic blackouts. The Great Depression of 1929 wiped out fortunes in a single night, leaving millions jobless and homeless. In 1998, Russia's financial system collapsed, making people's savings worthless. In 2019, Lebanon's economic crisis forced people to storm banks just to take out their own money. And let's not forget Sri Lanka in 2022. Where gas stations ran dry, stores shut down, and desperate citizens took to the streets, demanding answers. In the wake of an economic blackout, the world changes forever. Governments introduce emergency laws, people flee their countries, new currencies rise while old economies collapse. Some see opportunity, the rich get richer, buying up land and resources for pennies. But for the majority, life is never the same again, and the question remains, are we next? Most people never think about preparing until it's too late, but what if you could survive an economic blackout? Keep your wealth in different forms, not just in banks. Invest in assets that hold real value, gold, land, and essential goods. Learn new skills that are valuable in a crisis like farming, repairs, and security. And most importantly, always have a plan, because when the economy goes dark, only those who are ready will survive. This is not just a story, it's a warning. Are you ready?